welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. Bit of a different thing tonight. I just thought I'd put this gun together and you might as well have a look at it while I'm doing it, and I'll talk about it while I'm doing it. I haven't done any research on it yet. This is a Cadex Defence. It's quite an expensive rifle. It's £5,999 available in all sorts of calibers. It's PRS sort of intended. Looking at it, this is actually a 223, which is a bit smaller than most PRS rifles would probably be. Most people are probably going to go for the 6mm versions, but I quite like 223s. It's a fast twist barrel, it's 8-inch twist, it'll stabilise probably up to 77 grain bullets. Looking forward to shooting it. Comes the muzzle brake. I'll probably put a moderator on just because I'm going to be using it over land and I don't want to make huge amounts of noise. It's certainly not going to have a lot of recoil in 223. We've got massive Arca Swiss, we've got loads of M-Lock, it's also got Arca Lock underneath. AICS magazine system. It's actually been sent with a 308 mag, so I'm just waiting on the 223 mag coming through. Barricade stop here, we've got an inclined Picatinny rail on the top. It probably says in the instructions it looks like a 20 MOA from here. Whether this has got certain compatibility and other things I'm not quite sure yet, but the trigger system is Cadex's own and it's adjustable from 1 to 2 stage. It is actually very crisp, I'm very happy with it, but it's totally adjustable. It's been set up 2 stage at the moment and you get a super clean brake on that. It is, by the looks of it, a 60-degree bolt lift, which is going to make it super fast, and it's also not got a silly long bolt handle on it, so my impressions are this is going to be a pretty quick rifle to use. Bolt shaft's fluted. Just having a little look into it. I don't actually know how to take the bolt out yet, where the bolt release catch is. Is that it there on top of there? Yeah, that's it there on top of there. So yeah, 3-lug bolt, push feed, single extractor claw and plunger ejector there. I say 3-lug bolt, so 60-degree lift, and that is in fact the bolt release just on the back there. 2-position safety, forward fire if safe, it doesn't lock the bolt handle. As you can see, it's just set up on a tripod pretty much low down on my bench here just for stability's sake, because I'm going to set the scope and everything up on it. But having a little look at some of the details here, this is actually a folding stock, so there's a lever on the side, fold it round and it clicks in position. There's like a little rubber bumper, so that is not going to rattle or make any noise whatsoever. This is apparently adjustable, so you can set it up for the fact it's probably going to, just wear it in a little bit over its life, but that is pretty solid in position there, and there's an adjustment screw on the left side here by the looks of it. Now that will also probably make a bit of a thumb shelf there if you're shooting thumb up, and then you've got the lever there to open it. AR-15 sort of grip, that's a vertical grip, lots of palm swell on that one, it's ambidextrous. Mag release is at the front there, on the front of the trigger guard, that's going to be easy to get hold of. You can leave that bolt closed though, because what I want to do is show you some of the stock details on it. Now, it's a very sort of organic shape, it's a mixture of materials. There seem to be some polymers and aluminium, it's all hard anodised. But the interesting parts are the adjustability on it. Let me just make sure that's not going to fall off there. So there's a Picatinny rail underneath, you put a monopod on or anything like that you're going to use, and it's got quick release studs for the sling there if that's something else you're going to use. But most interestingly, it's got levers on it. So that lever there allows you to adjust the length of pull. Leave it in position. Those are sort of slightly spring and they sort of move smoothly on detents. You can hear them clicking backwards and forwards. So you can count those back and forth and then just lock in position. There's a similar one, I'll just move this so it's better visible in the camera from the ceiling. There's a similar one here, flicks open and allows you vertical adjustment on the cheek piece back there. And then likewise at the back, we've got a recoil pad vertically up and down. I haven't actually investigated yet as to whether you can rotate that recoil pad. My initial impression is you probably can't rotate that recoil pad, but that's probably one of the least important variables you might want to change. Now it does come with two combs for this cheek piece system. One of them is actually asymmetric, which has got a big cutout here. Whether that's for people who shoot thumb up or something like that, I don't know, but they're not. It's not like one's left-handed and one's right-handed. If you look on the ceiling cam here, it is actually quite a broad comb, so it's probably going to be a bit more of a phase roll on that one. But we shall see how this gets on. As I say, it's not an inexpensive rifle, so I would hope for quite a lot from it on target, but it certainly has all the functions and features that a top level PRS rifle needs to have to attract users. So, as well as the rifle, I have been sent a scope and some rings. Tier 1 rings you'll have seen me use many times. I have no idea how many countless sets of them because they're made in West Yorkshire where I live anyway. They're distributed by Hand Outdoors, same as the rifle, and I'm just going to pop these just as a loose fit on here for the moment and just get this ballpark set up with this scope, because the scope is one of the new range from Maven Optics. Now this Maven, they were first seen at the British Shooting Show. I think this is the RS 3.2 and it's a 5-30 by 50. So that's a 6 times erector tube and it's a 34mm tube. 50mm front end. Now that is a seriously compact optic for a 6 times erector tube. Fast focus eyepiece at the back, which is, you know, pretty much par for the course. This one's got a capped windage dial on the side, but it's marked central. That's got nice decent clicks on it. This probably isn't really the most optimum scope for this rifle for a PRS competitor, but I'm not saying you couldn't use it, but it's been sent to me because they want to showcase them. Let me have a look at this new range of Maven Optics. Parallax adjustable, it does actually go down very low, marked as 20, quite possibly yards, could be meters. It'll be not that critical between the two of them. And then on the top you've got a 0 stop, and it's also got milliradian clicks. It's first focal plane, there's 6 milliradians per rotation, and it's got a mil reticle inside that matches perfectly. So I'll be looking forward to shooting this. One of those double reviews where I get to see 2 totally new things that I've never experienced before. So let's just put it together basically. I'm not going to set it up totally yet, I'm not going to level up the scope and everything, but we'll just pop it together and see what it looks like in one piece. Comment on this video because it's almost 2 years since I've done any live YouTube videos. Now the reason I stopped doing them was because I upgraded my iPhone, and my upgraded iPhone never seems to have, for some reason, given me correct functionality, and I get all sorts of technical hitches doing them and it gets a bit frustrating, so I just gave up doing them. But if you want to see them again, I really must start doing them again, I know, because I quite enjoyed doing them. It gave you the chance to have a bit more live feedback going on, and I wasn't sort of standing in my armoury talking to myself all evening. So if you do want to see those, please comment on this video or any other video. There are over 400 videos now on my channel, so I know for it must be nearly 450 actually. Because I know it went over 431 a few weeks ago, and 431's my RFD number. So there we go. Other things I've been up to while I'm gassing away. I was down in Wales this week. I had a few clients doing some tuition on all sorts of rifles, and then one of them brought with him a rather nice 408 Shy-Type. So who spotted the obvious mistake here? That this is actually a 30mm scope and they've sent me 34mm rings. So one moment please. I hope you can all still hear me. I am now looking to see if I have any 30mm tier 1 rings. See, this is a live video, even though it's sort of not a live video, it is actually done live because it's 34mm rings and it's a 30mm tube. So I looked at the box of the rings, thought they were simply the right ones. I never looked at the tube for the scope. This is just one of those issues, but fortunately I have a lot of spare scope rings. As you may imagine, I go through them very frequently. Let's just pop that off. I have to put this back together. What else can I talk about while I'm at this? So, one of the clients brought with him, he had a really nice array of rifles, one of which was a 408 Shy-Type. Now, I have shot 408 Shy-Type before down at WMS in Wales, which is where I was, where I work. And this one was a custom build one rather than a sort of a US military special. This was a custom built one. It was a Barnard action with Krieger barrel in a big Macmillan, I think it was an A5-ish stock, might be an A4, can't remember, and a single shot. You'll see, I'll put a little video on today because we set him up, got him shooting. It has a 30 MOA Picatinny rail on it with a 10 MOA spur mount. So actually the minimum distance we could zero at was pretty much 1,000 meters. But then again, 1,000 meters is, you know, it's not even really getting the exercising on a 408 Chi-Tac, because it's a 2,000, 3,000 meter rifle, to be quite honest. Interestingly, I was also shooting my own 260 Remington alongside it, and it was amazing to compare just how capable the 408 is in comparison. And when the 6.5mm bullets from the 260 were at 15, we were shot out to 1,500 meters. At 1,500 meters, the 260 bullets were going well transonic, and it was, I wouldn't say it was all over the place, but it was not. It was a bit like steering a car with a loose steering wheel. And comparing it with the Chi-Tac was just unbelievable. And of course, the amount of noise that comes back off the target from those Chi-Tac bullets hitting it, because they're all solid monolithic bullets and they don't break up like copper and lead ones do. And yes, it was quite impressive watching and listening to it and shooting it. So have a little look at that video, because you'll see the amount of recoil generated, which actually wasn't unpalatable. It did have a significant break on it, I will admit that, but it actually, I wouldn't say it was a pussycat, but it was actually far more modest to shoot than a particular 308 rifle I had to shoot that same day. And because it's a big heavy rifle, big heavy barrel, I mean the barrel must have been 2 inches in diameter minimum. But great fun thing to shoot, beautiful trigger on it, really nice to use. As I say, it was a single shot, so you did have to fumble a little bit when you were loading and cycling the cases in and out of the action, but rather good fun, so enjoy that. Other things I did, I was using the Minox ZP 5-25 rifle scope. I actually used to own one of those, and I very, very stupidly sold it, because I realised when I was using the one at the weekend just how nice they are. I still have a 3-15 by 50 ZP, but unfortunately my best friend now owns my 5-25 one. Anyway, Mauser Blaser UK sent me another one because they wanted me to do a video on it, and it was just one of those things where it was just second nature to shoot it, because I had all my data for the rifle. It's why I got my own 260, because it was just all known data for it, and I just went and did some shooting with that. So I shot 300, 690 something and 1,000 meters. As I say, I ran out of elevation for the 1,500 meter target. I needed something like 22.5 mils. I think I maxed out at 21 mil. So I was able to aim over a little bit, but aiming over I didn't have a great bearing on the windage either, and of course it is blowing all over the place. So it was fun all the same. I did get a couple of hits, but out of 10 shots fired, it was the, you know, it's not precision rifle. You're aiming on luck a little bit at that, because, you know, in the time of flight the bullet takes to get there, which must be a good second and a half probably, the wind can completely change when shooting off top of one hill into the quarry at the bottom of another hill. All great fun, but it's funny on the video because you can see just how much the mirage is shifting in the camera's picture. Anyway, right, back to this now. That is something like probably nearby setup. I sometimes surprise myself by how subconsciously close I get these things. That's actually about perfect for eye relief, so we shall put that there. And I suppose if I'm being particularly critical, I'm just going to take them off because I'm going to move that back ring back one stage. Well, I'm not going to do it yet because I haven't measured length of pull. Length of pull does actually feel quite long though, which is maybe why I was moving back, but I wouldn't say that was long in a bad way. It's long in a very comfortable way. There's a sort of a soft foam top on this cheek piece here, which gives it quite good comfort. It means you probably won't get any vibration transfer through it. Again, small rifle, small cartridge. Heavily rubberized grip there, so there's loads of tactile perception on it. It's lots of knurling on it. It's the vertical grip because it's the, you know, the popular sort of PRS style grip. A lot of people might shoot thumb up with it. I still sort of, I suppose I'm getting used to them, but I do quite like the sort of raked grip still. And there we go. Right, well, this will be getting used over the next couple of weeks probably. I've got an awful lot of footage to get edited for various videos that are already in process, but as soon as I shoot it, and I might, to be fair, I might actually get a chance to shoot it tomorrow night or tomorrow evening. I'm going to see if I've got a moderator that will fit it, because I do prefer shooting with moderators, especially over farmland, just because it causes a little bit less disruption and it makes the farmers a lot friendlier towards me, and I don't disturb the animals on there either quite as much. There we go. Right, please like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell and stick with my videos. Thank you for watching my channel and supporting it. Please go to the end, click on some of the links. British shooting shows there for the 2024 tickets, so have a look now, think ahead, because it's a great show to go to and I'm very pleased with them for helping me with my channel. Likewise, Military First, lots of clothing to be seen there. I pretty much live in it these days, although this t-shirt isn't one of theirs. Right, cheery bye for now.